Hi everyone, welcome to TVT Hoops. My name is Tone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm really excited for the upcoming NBA season. I'm really excited for the in-season tournament and also excited to see the rookie phenom Victor Wembanyama. This video will talk about my rankings of the top 10 to 6 players entering the 2023-2024 NBA season. The next video will have 5-1, and I will release that video tomorrow. And so please like the video, please subscribe, and please also leave comments on who you think the top 10 players are. I would love to hear from you guys, and also I will comment. So let's get started. All right, so for my number 10, I have LeBron James. LeBron had a good season last year. His points per game, assists per game, and rebound per game, are solid all around. I also like to look at PER and also offensive win shares and defensive win shares. Kind of just gives me an idea on how efficient he was and how much his stats impact winning. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, winning games. And I know Stephen A. Smith, right, from First Take, said LeBron James is still top 5 player right now, and also Keyshawn from Undisputed saying LeBron is top 5. And I think that's I think you're giving LeBron a little too much credit, because in my opinion, LeBron is probably between 13 and 8. So if you have him at 14 or 15, you're probably not giving LeBron James enough credit. But if you have him at 7, 6, 5, I think you're giving him too much credit. LeBron's great. Obviously a great leader, and I think that he will probably take a little step back this season, but he's still going to be dominant this year. He's still going to be, I think, in the top 10. Still put up those big numbers, and we'll do a deep playoff push with the Lakers. All right, so number 9, I have SGA. Looking at his stats, it's hard not to put him in the top 10 or in the 9th position. Well deserved with the first All NBA team. His defensive win shares is solid at 25th. So he's playing a pretty good defense. This year though, I would like to see him kind of get his assists up a little bit, maybe up to 7. Trust his teammates. He is going to get Chet Holmgren back. Hopefully some pick and roll action with him. Josh Giddey, I think, is going to get better. So is Jalen Williams. So, and I think that, him passing more too also helps his offensive game, right? It keeps the opponent defense guessing. I think a stat that's really good for SGA for this upcoming season would be 28 points and 7 assists. And I think that OKC is going to make some noise. I think they're going to be a pretty good team, and I think him being at number 9, it's it's fair, and can't wait to see him this upcoming season. All right, so for number 8, I have Kevin Durant. Last season was very bad luck for him, especially with the injury during warm-up when he slipped. But when he was playing, he was very efficient. Obviously, right there, 9 PER. First player ever to get 55, 40, 90. But in my opinion, though, if he played about 60 to 65 games, he probably wouldn't have got that. I don't think so. He probably would have gotten like 51, 38, and like 87 if he plays 60 games. But overall, though, I am happy to see him out of Brooklyn. Brooklyn was a mess. Enough blame to go around. But I think this season, I hope he stays healthy. I'll say right now, he is my favorite player of all time. I think he's so special. But I think at number 8, it's a fair spot to put Kevin Durant right now. He can obviously like climb to like top 3 easily if he's healthy. So yeah, I have Kevin Durant at number 8. All right, so for my number 7, I have Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, this is a little controversial, but in my opinion, if Kawhi Leonard is healthy and he plays about 65 games and is healthy for the playoffs, he's easily my number 2 best player in the world. He's one of those rare players that you see how his average is 23.8 points per game, but when the postseason comes, he averaged about like 29 to 30. He's one of those. He's just like Jimmy Butler, right? Jimmy Butler will average about 20 points, but when the postseason comes along, he's gonna average about like 27 to 30. And you have like James Harden and Joel Embiid, like their stats goes down, right? So, and to me though, it seems like the only thing that beats Kawhi Leonard is injury and Jokic. Like that is it. When it comes to like the playoffs, he beats everybody. Besides Jokic. He beat Luka Doncic. He beat Giannis. He beat Joel Embiid. He beat LeBron. He would have beaten Devin Booker and Kevin Durant last season, in my opinion. I think Kawhi Leonard, Westbrook, Norman Powell, and Terrence Mann was enough. It probably would have went 7 games, but I think Kawhi Leonard would have smashed KD and the Suns in that game 7. He would have averaged 35 points, and wouldn't get that game 7. So it is kind of strange for me to put him at number 7, because I think he's truly the second best player in the world if he was healthy. But the fact that he misses so many games and he misses the postseason, I have to put him at number 7 because of that. But other than that, I think this season, I think the basketball gods will give Kawhi Leonard a break, and the Clippers. I think he will be healthy for the playoffs, and he should play about 60 games, and we'll see what happens. So I have Kawhi Leonard at number 7. All right, so for number 6, I have Jason Tatum. Looking at his stats, he is literally top 40 in all the major categories. 3rd in defensive win share, so he's playing great defense. It's hard not to put him at number 6 or higher. But I do question JT commitment to win basketball games. There's one game I remember against the Utah Jazz. They were in Utah, and it just felt like he thought he was too good to be in this game. Like, the Utah Jazz, they're just a bunch of average basketball players. I'm gonna let my teammates beat them. I'm gonna sit at the corner of the 3-point line and just, if I get if they pass me, I'll shoot it. But if not, I'm just gonna stand here, right? And he also missed a basketball game for his kid's birthday. They say that it was planned, but that is still weird to miss a basketball game for a kid's birthday. And I just feel like, he is an MVP candidate, but there's levels to it, right? You have your S tier MVP candidate, which is the Joker, Giannis, and Luka, right? And sometimes Jokic, I think he passes too much, and he doesn't take the easy buckets. And Giannis will miss his free throws, and Luka, takes wild shots, and sometimes he'll just, do a terrible drive, like going against, 3 against 1, and I thought he started screaming for a foul, which is weird. But the effort's always there with those guys, right? Like I feel like they're like, even though sometimes they don't always win the game, but they always give it 100%. I feel like, but and I thought you have your A tier, right? You have your Steph Curry, Joel Embiid, and like Kevin Durant. And after you have your B tier, and that's like JT, Ja Morant, and Devin Booker, right? And I think JT should be in the S tier, right? Because he plays great defense. But it's just his commitment to win basketball games. And I think it's starting to rub off on his teammates, right? And I don't care what anybody says. I know they made it to the Eastern Conference Final, but that was a terrible run. They were up 3-1 against the Hawks. Game 5 was at TD Garden. Atlanta didn't have Murray, and somehow they lose. So they had to go to Atlanta for Game 6 and win. Next series against the 76ers. The fact that they were in 2 elimination games against the 76ers is just mind-boggling, right? Because Boston is superior to the 76ers. They should have. They shouldn't even be an elimination game, in my opinion. Like, Boston should have won that series in 5 or 6 games, right, against the Sixers. And after you see Miami, right? They were down 3-0, and they had, props to them. They came back and they tied it, right? And he got injured in Game 7, but Boston is a better team than Miami, right? Like, Boston should beat Miami in 6 games. They shouldn't be in an elimination game, let alone in 4 elimination games, right? And I think all this, it's kind of JT's fault. Like, I don't think he realized that, there's a window, right? It's a window of opportunity. Things are going well right now in Boston, right? They're pretty healthy, right? For the last couple of seasons. They're young, management's good, right? Good trades. And I don't think JT realized that this, how things are going, it doesn't last, and you gotta take advantage of it right now that, like, when things are going well. And I feel like JT is not doing that, and I just feel like sometimes he kind of just drifts away and doesn't take the thing seriously. And I think this season, the next 2-3 seasons, is going to be, big for JT, in Boston, and but I hope he realizes it, and I hope they have a good season. I do like JT, and I do have high expectation for them this season. And so this pretty much concludes the video, guys. Again, please leave your comments who you think the top 10 players are. I personally like to listen and read more than talk. I feel like when I am listening to people and reading, I'm learning. Because when I'm talking, I don't feel like I'm really learning anything, right? I'm just talking. So please leave your comments. I would love to read them. And please tune into the next video. Thank you.